Thank you very much, everybody. My name's Jim Smart from Griffith University. I have the pleasure of leading Blue Economy Project 521001. And really the core of what we deal with in that project is ocean accounts, corporate disclosures, and social capital. So in the next few minutes, I'm hoping to tell you something about what's motivating our research in those areas and how could it help our industry partners in particular realize enduring opportunities through effective investments in technology, nature, and society. So, as you all know, and I'm sure you know this better than I do, blue economy businesses invest in and interact with financial and manufactured capital, natural capital, and social and human capital. And those investments and interactions take place in ecosystems, resources, locations, and communities where there's really strong competition for access and usage. So to make those investments effective and thereby help actually realize the opportunities that are emerging here, you need good data infrastructures. And one of the key data infrastructures that we handle in this project is ocean accounts. So we produce, hopefully, consistently compiled data on the types of investments that are going into these ocean spaces and their interactions, so that you can help identify opportunities for managing and growing not just opportunities that are there currently, but emerging opportunities and also future opportunities. The sort of information that's contained in ocean accounts are reports of the extent and condition of ecosystem assets and environmental assets in the marine space, flows of services that are supplied by those assets, supplied to us as society and supplied to economic sectors. Also, there are reports of the flows of pressures and stressors that we apply back onto that environment, and also reports of ongoing economic activity and jobs generated, employment generated. Another key component that we deal with, another key data infrastructure really, are corporate disclosures. And again, as you'll know better than I do, businesses are increasingly either required or certainly expected to be disclosing on their impacts, dependencies, risks, and opportunities surrounding interactions with climate, with nature, and I think before very long also directly with people, i.e. society. And within this project, we're working with our industry partners to tailor disclosure frameworks for blue economy sectors. One thing Angela asked me to mention was what's motivating what we're doing here. And this is a big motivation. What we're doing here in helping, hopefully, blue economy sectors engage effectively with these corporate disclosures is we're aiming to help shift global financial flows from where they are currently, which is climate, nature, and society negative, shifting those flows, those financial flows, to climate net zero, to nature positive, and people positive. And there are strong synergies between the data infrastructures of the ocean accounts and the data infrastructures and opportunities of the corporate disclosures. For example, the data on the natural capital, the condition, the extent and condition of natural capital from the ocean accounts can provide independent corroboration and therefore credibility of corporate disclosures of impacts and their management. Also, ocean accounts, data from ocean accounts can help inform the materiality ranking of the risks and opportunities that show up in corporate disclosures. And as you'll again be very well aware, materiality ranking is essentially a product of magnitude, i.e. what's the likely dollar impact of a particular dependency or risk occurring, but then what's also, well, you multiply the magnitude with the likelihood. So it's not just about how bad would it be or how good would it be, but how likely is it to actually eventuate. And the information from ocean accounts, particularly regarding the state of nature, the state of those ecological and environmental assets, and how close they might be to tipping points, perhaps through the sort of cumulative impacts that Chris's project that he's just been speaking about will be delivering. So key information there to help inform and add value to corporate disclosures. Also, metrics of social capital can help inform risks and opportunities also. Again, there's clearly a potential magnitude issue here, a dollars on the bottom line issue from changes in the reputation of businesses or indeed the sector as a whole. But what's the likelihood of those changes in reputation eventuating? Well, that could be affected by the existing stock of social capital that effectively underpins social license. And I'm sure Hugh will be talking about social license in a bit more detail in a few minutes. So social capital there, important. Disclosures around social capital and how it's invested, how you're investing in it and how you're managing it are important. And that extends right across the supply chain from suppliers right through to customers. And actually it makes it very clear that there are significant opportunities that come back to the blue economy sector through appropriate and effective investment in social capital, and those can be brought forward and brought into the light, if you like, through the disclosure process. So just looking a bit further forward, how can these data infrastructures help actually unlock new frontiers of opportunity? Well, things are moving pretty quickly again. You will know this better than I do. New technologies and new markets are opening up new opportunities at an extremely rapid pace at the moment. Again, you in the room there, many of you are specialists in renewable energy business, and you know how quickly that's moving on a technological front at the moment. But also there are very rapid developments on the new markets front. We now have over the last 18 months, we've got established markets now in blue carbon. Currently they're near shore, but there's significant opportunities sitting there offshore too. Just over the last few months, the federal government have launched a whole new suite of opportunities through a nature repair market, where you're getting biodiversity and resource enhancements here as co-benefits of nature repair. And the federal government again, have signed up to various objectives that have come from the Global Biodiversity Framework that was agreed last December at the Kunming Montreal Biodiversity COP. And one of the key objectives there is around halting further biodiversity loss. And clearly there are opportunities as we're designing and developing offshore production installations to look at habitat functional replacements to try and help slow down or hopefully halt biodiversity loss in the marine space. Final set of opportunities here. These are a set of opportunities really for actually investing in social capital or building social capital, potentially through delivering on these biodiversity positive outcomes, perhaps through designing biodiversity positive into new production installations, perhaps through designing nature positive into those production installations too, and actually helping deliver nature positive through enhanced impact management. But there's also significant opportunities that will open up through people positive investments. There's going to be a whole suite of new opportunities here to allow folks to come and care for that recovering marine biodiversity and develop business opportunities around that, caring for that recovering marine biodiversity. So there's just some of the ways in which Project 52101 is hopefully helping develop these enduring opportunities for blue economy partners. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.